Ow! My knee just popped. Oh my god! Wait, this angle is not right. No, this is too low. Is this okay? I think. My god! I. What is happening? Excuse me? Hello? Stay. Stay. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you? I am okay. I'm doing okay. I don't have an answer to the question कि इतने महीने कहाँ थी and why was there no video. I don't have an answer to that because I just did not feel like putting out a video. You know, अंदर से इच्छा ही नहीं हुई and I didn't want to make a half-ass video and just put it out for the sake of it. I didn't want to do that. So इसलिए I did not make a video for the last 5-6 months, I guess. But I'm back for sure. And yeah, I don't know what to talk about. I mean, this is so awkward. I feel like, you know, when you meet a friend after so long, and even though you have a lot of things to tell each other, but you're just shy in the first few moments, you know, वो थोड़ा ice breaking के लिए time लगता है. I think I'm in that stage right now. But yeah, the last few months have been great for me. मतलब ups and downs तो थे, but overall they were great. I actually started to exercise more in these last few months. मतलब I have pushed myself to at least exercise. Oh my god, these hair. I have pushed myself to at least exercise every other day just for my mental health because I feel like exercising का benefit physical health पे तो है ही, but I think my mental health does much better when I am exercising. So yeah, what else have I done? I don't know, man. I feel like this entire year has gone by so fast. I mean, last year during New Year's I was in Igatpuri with my friends and I feel like abhi to hua, matlab legit I feel like it's not even been a month. But my god, 2023 has just flown by. And can you see this pimple? Actually, it's not a pimple. It's a mosquito bite. Can you believe it? My god. Actually, I have to rant a bit. Like, you know, this channel is like my video diary, and I just want to rant now. I have actually written down few pointers. Actually, they are not few. They are like 4 pages long, and obviously I will not like itna nahi pakane wali main, but I just want to just rant. So actually, like something that I have been struggling with over these past few months, like mentally, is that I'm just being a sensitive person, and I'm being more sensitive than, matlab, my entire existence is very sensitive. Okay, like I get upset over I get upset quickly over very trivial things, but in these past few months I feel like मैं कुछ ज्यादा ही sensitive हो गई हूँ. And by sensitive I actually mean like you know, overthinking about people's reactions or people's behavior towards me or their actions towards me. मतलब it's like, I don't know, I feel it's a mixed feeling because there are a lot of things that I really don't care about, but there are also a whole lot of things that I should not care about, but I care about them a lot. And I have been crying randomly. So like basically I feel like I am being sensitive when it comes to friendships. Okay, so by that I mean like I overanalyze everything my friends say or do when we are hanging out. And it just I don't know, it just leads to some sort of insecurity and ultimately just ends up in me questioning my friendship. It just it came to a point where I was exhausted. Like, that was exhausting, like overthinking every single thing, and it just drove me completely insane, and I just felt like I didn't want to hang out with any of them. Like, honestly, in the past few months, I have not hung out with my friends as much as I would have otherwise, because I felt like I was just being way oversensitive, and just it was just making me miserable. Like, honestly, I can't handle when people have an energy that I don't like, or when they are just being a 50-50 friend. Like, you don't know their intention, you don't know whether they are telling you the truth, or you don't know if you are safe with them. You don't know if you can trust them with your things. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I don't vibe with such people. I don't like such people, and being around such people, and being around people in general, is a sensory overload for me, because I constantly think about what they are thinking, and whether they are having fun, and whether I'm being the best possible friend for them, and whether I'm being a complete bore, or whether they are just thinking of going home right now. And I mean, वो सब मेरे दिमाग में constantly चलता रहता है, and it just becomes too much. It just gets too much. And honestly, I feel like I can read people like an open book to some extent. I mean, obviously, you can't always know what a person is capable of, but I feel like on a very or to a very large extent, I can read people. So I know what's going on in their mind, but I don't know why they are thinking what they are thinking. And then ultimately I just come to the conclusion that it's my fault. Like, everything's my fault. And that's not true. Like, a majority, I would say 9 out of 10 times, that's not true. Like, for example, I remember I was in 10th, and this has been like hamesha. And this is not just in the past few months. This has been like, I don't know, since I gained consciousness, I feel. But past few months mein wo thoda aggravate ho gaya. But I remember this one incident when I was in 10th, and I was hanging out. After 10th, after 10th standard boards, I had met my school friends, and 4 of us or 3 of us, I don't remember, and we were hanging out. And one of them was like constantly cribbing कि अरे यार कितना बोर हो रहा है. Like, we were in a mall or something, and we were like having a good time according to me, but she was constantly cribbing कि कितना बोर हो रहा है, क्या अब घर ही जाती हूँ मैं, घर जाना है, या something like that. And I constantly started thinking कि अरे मेरी वजह से बोर हो रहा है इसको. Like, what can I do? Like, am I boring her? मैं ऐसी क्यों हूँ? मैं सबको बोर करती हूँ. I'm not a good friend. And I just went in this downward spiral, and I remember being like so upset about it for like a week, I would say. But then I finally confronted her. And this is also a good quality about me that I really love. I don't shy away from confrontations. So I talk about it. Like, if I have something to say to you, I will say to your face. I will not bitch about you behind your back. That's one quality that I really like about myself. So I just confronted her. After a week, I texted her saying कि last week we met and you were like so bored and you were complaining all the time. So did you think that I was boring you? Did you personally think कि hanging out with me was not fun? So she said, no, that's not true. She said, I was just saying that in the moment. Like, she said, I don't even remember मैंने ऐसे क्यों बोला. But it was not about you for sure. Like, you are a very fun person to hang out with. इसीलिए तो I hang out with you. मतलब, if I didn't want to hang out with you, I would not be there with you that day. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. She said, yeah, so it's not you, it's me. And this is just one incident, but that keeps on happening. मतलब, that I was 15 तभी, and I'm 24 now. But that feeling or that constant overthinking still happens to this day. मतलब ऐसे सब friendships में नहीं होता है कि मतलब so much overthinking doesn't happen in all the friendships. There are some people जिनके साथ you just vibe with and you feel very safe with them and it feels very organic. It doesn't feel forced. The friendship doesn't feel forced. The conversation doesn't feel forced. And like there is no effort to be put in. मतलब वो just हो जाता है flow में. I really like those friendships and those friendships are very rare and very few people you can experience that friendship with. And I'm so glad at this point in my life that I have. एक minute. Okay, I just got a text. Yeah. So I'm just so glad that I have those people around me now, that I have like surrounded myself with such people. I mean, growing up constantly, I was okay. I'm just going to thoda sa digress from this rant and just take you to another rant of mine. So I am an introvert. Okay, actually, I don't like to label myself as either an introvert or an extrovert or ambivert or whatever. I feel like no, I'm a person. I cannot put a label on myself like that. But ठीक है, अभी explain करने के लिए for the sake of telling you, I will say कि I'm an introvert or an ambivert because I can, am I an ambivert? I don't. No, I think I'm an introvert only. Well, I can be social and I can talk to people, but I would not say I'm an. I don't know. I really see. इसलिए I really don't like to put label on myself. So ठीक है. For the sake of this video, I will tell कि मैं एक introvert हूँ. Since I was a kid. But everyone, right from my family members to my peers, to my teachers, everyone has constantly told me कि being an introvert is a bad thing. मतलब ये उन्होंने directly भी मुंह पे बोला है and indirectly भी through actions and through words they have told me कि you should come out of your shell, you should talk more, you should interact with your peers, you should explore, you should not मतलब basically कि being. And even recently I was told indirectly, not on my face, by my I cannot tell you by whom, but yeah, they were like they were someone I was looking up to, and they told me ki indirectly, okay, ki you are an introvert, and being an introvert is like a disease and you should find a cure for it. Indirectly यही बात बोली गई and I was like, excuse me, I don't think so. Why is being an introvert considered such a bad thing? I really don't get it. ये since I was a kid ये बात मुझे बोली गई है constantly and इसलिए ना it affected my self-worth a lot because that's what I had been told and I hated that and I started hating myself because of it because in my early teenage years I remember I had so much self-hatred because I was constantly thinking ki, why am I like this, why can't I be more talkative, why can't I socialize better, why can't I make friends ekdam fatak se. And I even remember there was this one guy in school that I liked. I was talking to him once and he just told me on my face कि अरे तू बहुत boring है, you're just a very boring person. And it just crushed me. It crushed my self-worth. It crushed my self-esteem. And I was like, what? मतलब I was already being told by so many of the people in my life ki I am an introvert, it's a bad thing and I have to get better at it, blah blah blah. But what teenage years mein when your crush tells you ki you are boring or something like that, it just totally crushed me and I was like, what? But somehow I got over it, but it took a lot of years for me to finally get over it and now I am at the point where I am comfortable with myself and मतलब वो obviously वो self doubt और थोड़ा है ही but I think I'm in a much better position than I was and I'm really grateful for that and I'm really grateful for all the growth that I have experienced as a person and now अगर कोई आके मुझे बोलता भी है कि like तू इतनी शांत क्यों है, तू बात क्यों नहीं कर रही है, it still affects me. I'm not gonna lie, it really affects me, and I just go back into the mindset of the 14-year-old of me. But I it doesn't affect me on that level, I don't start questioning my self-worth or anything. I am just happy. I'm like, मैं हूँ ऐसी. I'm like this only. अगर तेरे को चाहिए तो you can come and talk to me. But if not, then I understand. Like, please, then be out of my life. But I don't really now run behind or chase some version of myself that doesn't exist, because I'm done with it. I'm happy with myself. But yeah, so basically, oh my god, this rant is taking so long. Okay, so I was what was I saying? Yeah, so I was on the point कि growing up being an introvert, I had very few friends, and इसलिए ना I used to, मतलब school time में I used to look at those popular kids का group, and there were a lot of cliques and groups here and there, and I've always wondered कि अरे मेरा इतना बड़ा group क्यों नहीं है. Like, I always wanted a huge group of friends, but then I was also always uncertain about who my friends really were, because I never felt like I belonged to a particular group. Abhi I have a good set of people around me, not huge, but like few trusted ones that I really connect with and that I really love from the bottom of my heart. But I do feel कि I want to keep meeting new people and I want to make new friends. But at the same time, I feel like I have trust issues because of my sensitivity. Like, I can't make new friends ekdam fatak se, and even if I do, it takes a lot of time for me to actually open up to them. Like, today also I have a lot of so basically na I have like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 friends. Okay, tier 1 is like as good as my family. They are very super close to me and like almost know everything about me. I think there are just like 3 of them who are in tier 1. And tier 2 is like good friends. I can tell you certain things about my life, but not everything, not yet. But good friends, good equation. And tier 3 are those like hi bye, like just an acquaintance type of thing. Like, we meet once in like 2 years or 3 years, and we have a good rapport, obviously. But we are not in constant touch, or I will not tell you every single thing in my life, and the same goes with the other person as well. But we have a good equation. So I feel like, wait, what was I saying before the tier? What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I can pause the video and go back and check, but I don't want to do that. Let's just move on. So somebody asked me the other day, what was the stupidest thing that you have cried over? And I was like, I thought about it for a moment, and I said, you have those days जब कुछ भी सही नहीं जा रहा है, you're just feeling very down and frustrated and just upset for maybe no reason or maybe for a reason, but anyhow, and you just happen to like stub your toe on the leg of the table or the leg of a chair, या फिर तुम्हारा वो स्लीव अटक जाता है दरवाजे के हैंडल में, like stupid things like this, and you get so, and that just pushes you over the edge and you get so irritated, like you just hit the table or you hit the door, and मतलब that is one thing that I have cried over. मतलब ऐसा हुआ है, like ऐसे 1-2 बार ही कि like you have, मतलब I have had those days, and ऐसे कुछ तो छोटू सा चीज हो जाता है and it just like pushes, that is like the last straw, and it just pushes me over the edge, and I just like hit the table for no reason and then cry and then curse at it and whatnot. But yeah, but crying say, I would say कि like people don't actually realize how important crying is. I mean, I feel like crying is a very crying is something that you should let your body do. Matlab, you should not repress it, or you should not avoid it, because besides the scientific benefits of crying, like detoxifying your body and release of endorphins and whatnot, I feel like it really helps you. At least in my case, I tend to cry when I have a lot of thoughts going on in my head and I can't figure out what to do. And I feel like there's a fog in my head. But crying helps me to clear that fog and just see a clearer picture, and it just really helps me like that. And so I cry whenever I feel like it. I never try to control it or anything, because I feel like you should cry when you should let your body feel those emotions. And I also don't feel awkward when somebody else is crying in front of me. Matlab, if my friend is crying in front of me or anything, I feel like they feel safe enough to cry in front of me. Now, like at this point that I'm making this video, this day, this time, this moment, I feel like I have become a very calm person. Calmer than I was in the beginning of this year. And I feel like I have sort of learned to let things go and learn to just basically what has happened with me is that whenever something goes wrong in my life or something doesn't go according to my plan, the first thought that comes to my brain is everything happens for a reason. And this is a mantra that I have just fixed in my brain, and this is something that will always, like, for example, if I have to reach somewhere and there's a lot of traffic, pehle to I used to get so frustrated and so angry, and I don't know, मेरा patience बहुत कम था, अभी भी कम है. I will not say कि I've mastered it all and everything, but I used to get very irritated, very upset, एकदम फटाक से. But now I just if something like that happens, the first thought that comes to my head is everything happens for a reason. So you're stuck here because of some reason, and there's nothing that you can do about it. It's not in your control. So just chill and just be in the moment and just let things happen as they are going to happen. You can't do anything about it. And that has actually helped me calm down a lot. And similarly in my friendships also, like in my वो जो मैंने बोला ओवर एनालाइजिंग का पार्ट, उसमें भी आई हैव लर्न टू लेट गो. आई एम लाइक कि लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं वो भी तू ही सोचेगी क्या. लेट्स जस्ट बी इन द मोमेंट एंड जस्ट एंजॉय द गुड पार्ट्स ऑफ द फ्रेंडशिप्स या गुड पार्ट्स ऑफ द पीपल एंड नॉट फोकस ऑन द नेगेटिव्स. एंड प्लस एट द एंड ऑफ द डे भी वही ना कि इफ दे डिडंट वांट टू बी योर फ्रेंड, दे वुड not hang out with you, they would not be in your life, because at the end of the day those who are meant to be in your life will be in your life, and those who are not will not. And I wanted to tell you one more thing. Abhi again I forgot it. I legit thought about it, I think 2 minutes back, and I was like, I'll say this at the end of the video, but now I'm just blanking. I don't remember. Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, if I remember while editing, I'll put it here. Otherwise, I was just thinking about it 2 minutes back. How did I forget? Never mind. I think so. Moral of the story is कि overthinking helps no one. I mean, we all knew this. You didn't need itna bada rant, but sometimes, you know, certain things you know already in your head, but when a third person says them to you, it really affects more. And that happens with me when I go to my therapist, and there are certain things which I already know, but wo jab bolti hai to it hits home. So I hope this video did the same for you. And yeah, I will just tell you ki like life is short, okay? You don't have to. I remembered. Oh my god, I remembered the last thing that I wanted to tell you. So basically, life is short से याद है मुझे कि this is also another thing that I have learned this year, these past few months ki life is short. You don't need to hang out with people you don't connect with. I have absolutely distanced myself from a lot of people जिनके साथ मेरा vibe match नहीं होता है, because what's the point? I mean, why would you want to spend time with someone with whom you don't have fun? एंड मतलब ऐसा भी है कि वो मेरे बहुत पुराने दोस्त हैं, बट इट्स जस्ट दैट यू नो समटाइम्स पीपल ग्रो अपार्ट, समटाइम्स पीपल ग्रो ओल्ड एंड you just don't match your vibes with them anymore. And इसलिए I have distanced myself from a lot of people, and I would tell you to do the same thing. मतलब it's your energy that you have to protect, you know. It's your time that you don't want to waste. Just and there are going to be people who will love you for who you are, and who will make you feel like your cup is full rather than make you feel like your cup is draining out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think thank God I remembered that. नहीं तो मुझे रात को नींद नहीं आती, dude. My God. So yeah, so basically, Happy New Year to you. I hope you have a great year, and I hope you learn to let things go. Uh, don't take life so seriously. You know, matlab, it's not, it's not, it's not the end of the world if things don't go as per your plan. Because I feel like everything happens for a reason, and you are meant to be where you are right now. Okay, on that note, I am going to end this huge rant, and I will see you in the next video. See you next week. Bye bye.